We are at the Family Film Awards here at Universal Hilton with legendary MGM star. I am beyond excited. We have Miss Margaret O'Brien here tonight.
Well, it's wonderful to be here tonight. This is a wonderful do. I was here about 2 years ago, and it's really an international film festival here tonight.
It is, and we are honoring you tonight.
And I'm very, very honored. That's very wonderful. Because I did so many family films.
You did the ultimate family films, and they are on television all the time, and they're my favorites. Meet Me in St. Louis, that is one of the greatest movies that has ever been made.
Oh, thank you so much, and I was so lucky to be able to do all my favorite books. Jane Eyre, Secret Garden, Little Women, and people have asked me, did you enjoy working as a child? Well, what child wouldn't enjoy working in their favorite books? Meet Me in St. Louis was a book, too, by Sally Blaine. So she had written the book first, and it was a true story about her life, and she was the original Tootie.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I did not know that, but you always be Tootie to us.
And when they tore down that beautiful home, that was the original home, and then MGM, of course, built one just like it on the MGM lot. They gave Liza Minnelli and me a brick from the original house.
I was just going to ask you, did you keep any Hollywood memorabilia over the years from those MGM films?
Well, I certainly kept that one, yes, absolutely. And I kept my toe shoes from Unfinished Dance and the red coat from Meet Me in St. Louis. But then Michael Jackson bought it. And then after he passed away, it went for auction to a museum.
I remember the story. I was watching Larry King, and you said that Mr. Mayor took your red velvet dress that you got from Judy Garland, but then he got a racehorse, and then tell us that story.
Well, the red velvet dress I love so much that the studio made me one.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mayor got tired of seeing that same red velvet dress, so instead he said, if you won't wear that anymore, I'll buy you a racehorse for your birthday. Well, it started winning races. So Mr. Mayor said, you know, you really don't want that horse. It's not that pretty. And he took it back.
Oh, my goodness. And that's Mr. Mayor, as Judy Garland would say.
Mr. Mayor, yes.
But you have the straw hat from the cakewalk, the legendary cakewalk.
I do. Actually, my dear friend, and I'll bring him in here, Randal Malone, who's also my manager.
I have the
he
straw
has
hat.
the straw.
Oh my goodness, you end up with everything. The Michael Jackson memorabilia, I remember you because I watched you on television from Singled Out to Pawn Stars to everything, an international film star, the president of the Association of, tell us everything.
Well, no, I have the straw hat from Meet Me in St. Louis. It's one of my prized possessions. And the reason it's so special, obviously, Mickey Rooney, Margaret O'Brien, Ann Miller, and Judy Garland all were people who wore it through the years. And actually, it's the most valued possession, not in terms of money, but in terms of my heart, that I have in my collection, is the straw hat that Margaret O'Brien wore at Meet Me in St. Louis. And Judy Garland hands it to her, you know, in the scene.
Yes, it is one of my favorite scenes. I actually looked it up because it's going in my sizzle reel, if that's okay with you, because I love that scene so much. It's legendary.
Well, that's so kind of you. I'm just so thrilled to be here with legendary, as you say, Academy Award-winning Margaret O'Brien. But I'm going to step back and let you finish with her.
One more question.
Yes.
How do we join the film association that you're president of?
Oh, you mean the Southern California Motion Picture Council? Margaret's dear friend and her assistant, Michael Schwebs, is here this evening, and he will tell you how to come to the next event. In fact, I'd love to have him there, wouldn't you?
It's going to be wonderful because they're honoring Lee Hale and
dancers.
Dancers.
They're honoring dancers that Margaret
because
started in the
my mother was a
Dance.
dancer, you know.
Oh, I did not know that.
She was the dancer with Rita Hayworth, flamenco dancer. My aunt was a very famous dancer with Xavier Cugat's Spanish show. So I love dancers, and I always go to the dancers luncheon once a year that takes care of dancers. Mitzi Gaynor has that. So we're honoring
We'd love to have
Lee
you. I'm
Hale
going to step
at the
out,
Motion
folks.
Picture Mothers.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Miss O'Brien.
Randal Malone.
In a minute.
Okay, absolutely.
The dancers from A West Side Story are going to be there too.
You are always so beautiful. You attend so many events. We are so thankful that you are out and about and doing things and coming to these award shows. Your makeup is always gorgeous. Are you still wearing Max Factor?
Of course, but I'm running out. Randy has to, we have to get on the internet and order it now. It is the best makeup. I had a friend who was an actress, and she said, that's the only one that covers everything. No makeup has ever been as good as the Max Factor pancake.
It is so true. Where on the internet are you buying it? Where can we get it?
Well, that's what we have to, each time we have to look it up. They take it off and they put it on another spot. But I will certainly let you know, because I think it's a fabulous makeup. And I was so unhappy when they took it off, but at least I can send for it.
Absolutely.
So that's a big help.
Well, please keep coming to these events. You are the biggest MGM star of all time. One of the absolute, it's such an honor to have you here tonight.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here, and it's an exciting event. I love beautiful hotels, and it's a beautiful Hilton hotel.
Right here in Universal City.
Absolutely. One of my first dates was Eric Hilton when I was like 14, 15. Of course, my mother chaperoned. And then he joined the Army, and I didn't see him anymore.
Well, I was going to say, how did you not snag Mr. Hilton? That would have been awesome.
He was very nice, a very nice young. Of course, we were very, very young at the time, like teenagers. I think he was 18 and went into the service, and I was like 15. So.
Well, it is so good to see you again, and please come back again next time you're doing the red carpet. We have more questions to ask you.
Certainly will, and you're such a wonderful interviewer. I always love to do an interview with you.
Thank you, Miss O'Brien. I appreciate that so much.
Thank you.